this paper has a few difficult problems. Okay, question one. Let's look at question one. The answer will be number 4. So what is the value of the digit 3? So we revise the place value. This is ones, okay, 5 ones, 4 tens, 2 hundreds, 0 thousands, and 3 10,000. So 3 10,000 is 30,000. Okay, that's the value. So answer number 4. Okay, all right. Question number 2. The answer will be number 2. All right. So what do you do first? The bracket. All right. So you always do the bracket first. So you write down everything. So you divide by put the answer below the bracket, then times 2. Minus divide times, you do the divide first. And then you 24 minus 6, then times 2. Then you do the times. Okay, times is more important than minus. So 24 minus 12. And you get your answer 12. All right. So if you have any questions you want to ask later, you can after the lesson you stay back. Okay, stay back and then Mr. will answer your questions. All right. Okay, question number 3. I think some of you may not be sure how to get the answer. How do you know whether the fractions are greater than 1/3? Very simple. You just have to compare all the fractions we wanted by making the denominator the same. So 5 times 3, 2 times 3, 3 times 5, and 1 times 5. And you're very lucky, all right? Because number 1 is the answer already. Your 6 over 15 is more than 5 over 15. So you got the answer and move on to the next question in the exam. Okay, I'm just going to show you one wrong example. Number 4. So you make the denominator the same. So 11 times 3, 3 times 3, then 3 times 11, and 1 times 11. So 9 over 33 is less than 11 over 33. So that is not what you want. Okay, so your answer is not number 4. So in the exam, if your number 1 is the answer already, your teacher may tell you to also look at the other answers. Mr. will suggest to you, once you know number 1 is the answer already, skip, go to next question. Go to next question and continue doing. And then when you have time to check, then you check again to see whether number 1 is the answer. Okay? All right. So for Nicholas, can you check your answer quickly? Question 1 is 4. Question 2 is 2. Question 3 is 1. 4, 2, 1. Okay, and today we have a lot of students who are not here. Yeah, so maybe they are having other tuition. Okay, let's go on to next one. Okay, and okay, nothing else. Let's go on already. Question number 4, the answer will be number 4. All right, question 4, how do we get number 4? What fraction of the circles are shaded? So the denominator is all the circle. So you count the circle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And how many are shaded? 5 over 9. Very simple. Primary 3. Okay, this is a primary 3 question. So your PSLE will test you on primary 1. Primary 1 to primary 6. All right. So what are the primary 1 question? How to measure a line. So you also be tested primary 1 question. All right, question 5, the answer is what? The answer is number 2. And shouldn't do mental sum if you are not good with decimal. You should change the whole number into a decimal. And then the 5 over 10 is 0.5. The 5 over 100 is 0.05. Then you put the zeros in the blank spaces and you plus them together. And this is the careful way of not making any mistake. Okay, but if you are very confident, then you just mentally get the answer if you are very good. Okay, otherwise you should be doing this. Okay, question number 6. The answer is number 2. Okay, and the ratio of apples to the oranges is 3:5. The basket contains 15 apples. So if you want to be very careful without making mistake, you should be writing out the ratio, right? You will see that Ms. Tong will usually write out the ratio, even though it looks simple. And then you can see that the apple is 3 units. So 1 unit is 5. So 5 units. 5 units will be how many? So 5 times 5. And you get 25. So that's how you get the answer. So every time there's a ratio, you may want to label your ratio. Okay. But again, if you're good, you can do mentally. But some of you need to write out the ratio so that you don't make careless mistakes. Okay. Question number 7. All right. Is the lesson fast? Too fast? Or too slow? Okay. Okay. Let's continue. Question 7. The answer is number 1. Okay. Now, revise, circle. Okay. Circle the groups. Put the groups with the same letters together. So the minus 4y put together with 5y. and then plus 10 put together with minus 6. All right. And then you can plus already. Or you can do what you want. 5y minus 4y will be 1y. Then plus y plus because the whole number in front is a plus. 10 minus 6 will be 4. So yeah, y plus 4. Answer number 1. Okay, question number 8, the answer will be number 2. And for this number line, you can see something missing, purposely, right? It is missing purposely. So you have to put the 5 there. So what's the starting number? Count the gaps. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you have 5 unit is how big? 2 minus 1. That will be 1. So how big is 1 unit? 1 divided by 5. Or you can change it into a fraction, shortcut to get your decimal. Make the denominator into a 10, 100, or 1000, and then you can get your decimal faster. All right? Otherwise, you'll be doing this, which will take a longer time. Okay? So 1 unit is 0.2. Then the starting line is 1.2. Then the ending is 5.2, 5.4. Then you take 5.4 minus 1.2. Okay, 1.2. So you will, okay, and don't do mentally, right? So that you don't make careless mistake. So 4.2. That's the length of the pencil. All right, let's go to question number 9. Question number 9, your answer will be number 4. What's the volume? Okay, now for this question 9, some of you put down, what do you put? I think you put something like 8, 3, and then 10, right? 8 times 3, 24. That gives you the area. And then what's that? Then 10 times 3, right? Oh, sorry, Mr. Make a mistake. This is not 10, Mr. Need to change it. Uh, so what do you put? You put what times 4 equal 24? You must think of your factors. 6 times 4. Okay, think of your factors. And then if this is 6, then what times 5 equal 30? 6 times 5. Okay, so this is your area. How to find area? Length times breadth. Okay, once you got the length, the breadth, and the height, then you can find the volume. So you take length times breadth times height, and you will get 120. And that's how you get number 4. So to do this question, very fun. It's quite fun. You have to do guess and check. What times what equal 24? Factors. Find your factors of 24. And then make sure the same number can multiply by 5 to get 30. Okay? Clear so far, Jayden? Understand? Make sure you all have done. You are supposed to have done it first before you do any. You should have done it first, lah. Otherwise, it's not good if you haven't done. Okay, let's go to the next one. Question number 10. Question number 10, your answer will be number 3. Okay, now, which of the following is false? So in the PSLE exam, be very careful that you look out for the words in black. Some of you make careless mistake because you didn't see the word in black. So BAC equal DAC. All right, before we look at all the answer, once you see a rhombus, it's your lucky day. All the sides are equal. All the angles in the triangle is the same as the angle in the other triangle. So the two triangles have all the same angles. Okay, so that is the property of rhombus. So BAC, where's your BAC? Here is equal to DAC. Isn't that the same? Right? So these two blue color angles is equal. Okay, because the two triangles are identical. ABC, where's your ABC? Your ABC is here, is equal to BCE, which is here. Isn't that also the same? Why? Because there is a Z. Why a Z? Because you have two lines parallel. Okay, two lines parallel. So when there's a Z, the angles are equal. The green color angles are equal. Okay, next one. What do you have? ADC, where's your ADC? Here, ADC plus BCE. Where's BCE? BCE, here. Okay, I'm going to erase some of the colors. Okay, do you see my red color angle? So ADC plus BCE is equal to 180? No. Why no? This is obtuse angle. This is also obtuse angle. Obtuse angle plus obtuse angle will be more than 180 degrees. Okay, what is the obtuse angle? For example, the smallest obtuse angle is 91. You plus another smallest obtuse angle, you add together will be more than 180 already. So your number three is not true. Okay? Yeah, and then how about the last one? DCA. So where's your DCA? So let's erase all this. Your DCA is here plus BAC, which is where? Here. Okay, can you see the red color angle? Plus BCE, which is here, is equal to 180. Some of you choose number four. Why is it still wrong? Because the angle here is the same as the angle here. This is isosceles triangle. So when you have the same angle, what happened? Then all the right angles add together, isn't that 180? So your part number four is correct. Okay, that's how you prove it, whether it's true or false. So question 10, number three. Okay, let's go to the next one. Any questions so far? All right. So just we understand so far, any question? You look very bored, huh? Yeah. Now the questions are can be very simple for many of you. Like what Miss Dong said, just bear with the lesson, okay? Because it's revision, okay? All right, question 11. Question 11, the answer is what? The answer is number two. So which two shapes have the same area? This is P3. Count the squares, right? The how many squares make up the shaded A? One, two, three, four, five, 5.5. Okay, I hope you know how to count the squares. Then B will be one, two, three, four, five, six. Two triangles make up a square. Next one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6. Then the D will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So D is 7 squares. So which two shapes have the same area? Which is your B and your C. So answer number 2. Okay, P3. This is a P3. P3 question. All right. Okay, let's go to question number 12. The hard question is coming already. Question number 12, we will skip that. Question 13. Okay, now this one, can some of you may find it a bit intimidating because it looks like a lot of things there. The students in art club were asked to choose their favorite color. The pie chart represents the student choices. If you see a pie chart, what must you do? You use percentage, to solve. Change the 1/5 into percentage. That should be 20%, which I hope you know how to do that already, right? Okay, Mr. Just quickly, 1/5, how to get 20%. Make the denominator 100. 5 times 20, 1 times 20, and that's how you get 20%. Okay, then the blue will be quarter circle. Quarter circle means 25%. So yellow 40, red 20, blue 25, then the green, then you take 100% minus all the percentage. So you will get how many percent green? You will get 15% green, right? All right. Okay. Now, then you look at the bar graph. Can you put numbers on the bar graph? So what do you put? 2 units is 6. 2 units, right? 2 units equals 6. 1 unit will be 3. So this one is how many? This is 9. This is 24, 12, and this is 15. Okay, go and put all the numbers in information onto the bar graph. What was the total students who choose green and blue as their favorite color? Okay, now you have to match the colors to the bar graph. So what do you think? The 9 children like what color? Well, if you look carefully, if you find the total, you need to know the total children. Find the total. Add all the children together. So 9 plus 24, you will get 9 plus 24 plus 12 plus 15, you get 60. The total is 60. Okay, total is 60. Isn't that 100%? 100% is the total. Okay, 60. So what am I trying to do? I'm trying to find how many students like red, yellow, blue, green. So 100% is 60. Can you find 20%? So you divide by 5, jumping. Okay, you must know how to jump. Divide by 5. Then divide by 5. Get 12. Wow, you got 20% 12 already, which is red. Okay, red. Okay, then the blue is 25%. So 25%, you can actually divide by 4. Okay, then divide by 4. 60 divided by 4, you get 15. So 15, this must be blue, right? Okay, okay. And then what else? The yellow is how many percent? Yellow is 40%, right? So 20 times 2, 40. 12 times 2, 24. Ah, yellow. Actually quite fun now, quite fun to match the colors. Then the last one must be what? Must be green now. Okay, must be green already. So what's the total students who choose green and blue? Then you take green plus the blue. So 9 plus 15, you will get 24. The answer is number 3, which I forgot to give you the answer. Do you get number 3? Yeah? So this one, of course, some of you may have fewer steps to get the answer. Why Mr. got so many steps? Because Mr. is teaching thoroughly. Okay, Mr. can do much faster than this, but I do this way so that you understand how to do. Okay, so you can see a lot of steps. Okay, let's go to the next one. Question number 14. Okay, question 14. There is a picture error. But what's the I think some of you don't know how to get the answer because of the picture error. But the answer is 1. 15 degrees is here. Okay, this is your 15 degrees. Okay, 15. And then your equilateral triangle is here. Okay, equilateral triangle. And then there is an isosceles triangle, which is here, the two green lines. And where is the 50 degrees? Yeah. So the curve is missing. Okay, once you have all these things there ready, you can solve. So what is EAC? You are supposed to find this angle. All right, put the question mark there. And how to do the angle problem? Go and put all the numbers, all the simple numbers. Where is your 60 degrees? Here. This is your 60. And don't put the 60 inside. Put outside so that you don't mess up the picture. 60 minus 15. Do you see the 15 here? 60 minus 15, you will get 45. Okay? Right? And then there is an isosceles. So which two angles are same? Here, 50, and the other angle here, 50, will be the same. How do you know that? Because the angles at the end of the two sides, they are equal, will be the same. Okay, now can you find the question mark already? How do you find the question mark? You take 180, which is the angles in the blue triangle, minus 50, and minus 45. Okay, so 180 minus 50 minus 50 minus 45, you will get 35 degrees. So answer number 1. Clear? Okay. So far, anyone got mistake so far? No mistake, right? Your mistake will come in question 15. If you have no mistake, then your question 15 may have a mistake because that is the hard question. Okay, question 15. Copy down already, Question 15. Okay. Anyone got number 1? 1, 2, 3, 4. No, not many. How about Sunny? Do you get number 1? Okay. Now this one is a good mistake because I don't think Mr. has seen this in what we have done so far. In all your exam papers you have done, I also never really see this kind of question. So this is something that you never see before. So take note. Okay, Jane had a sum of money that can buy exactly 5 large or 25 medium or 1 to 5 small. So this question is under rates, which means that 5 large is the same as 25 medium and or is also the same as 125 small. Okay, so rates. She bought 2 large balloon, some medium. Okay, let me write down. She bought 2 large balloon, some medium, and 15 small balloon. Okay, so what's the greatest number of medium balloons that Jane could buy? Okay, so can we find the greatest? Okay, can we find what is this? Okay, what's the greatest number of medium balloons? Yeah, Jasvi. Yeah, Jasvi, question?
Go to the toilet.
Uh, you should go before the lesson, right? This is a very important question now. But you get the answer correct? Okay, but are you urgent? Because this is, even though you get the answer correct. Okay, all right, quickly go and then run back. Okay, run back because you don't want to miss this question. Okay, now how do we get the greatest number of medium balloons? Okay, remember the ratio method? Can we change the 15 small to medium? Can we change the 2 large to medium? Can or not? Yes. You look at this one. 5 large is 25 medium. 1 large will be 5 medium. 2 large will be how many? 2 large will be 10 medium. So change the 2 large to 10 medium. This is the trick. This is the rate. This is called rates. You want to change into something that you want. Do the same thing for 15 small. How do we, how many medium is also 15 small balloon? Then look at this one. Can you see my different color? Different color already, yeah? So one medium is how many small? One medium is 125 divided by 25. One medium is 5 small. I got 15 small. 15 small will be how many medium? So 15 divided by 5. That will be 3 medium. So 15 small, I can change it to 3 medium. Can you see that? So I got medium, medium. So if I have the money to buy all medium, then what's the most number of medium? What's the medium? What's the maximum medium balloons I can buy with my money? Isn't that 25 medium? I can use my money to buy 5 large or 25 medium or 125 small. But because I want to know how many medium, so I should put down the total 25 mediums. That's the money to buy all the medium balloons, which is 25. So how many more medium balloons can I still buy? So you take 25 minus 10 minus 3, 12. So that's the greatest number of medium balloons you can buy. And your answer is number 1. Is that how you get the answer for those who got it correct? Or was it a lucky guess? Lucky guess not counted lah. Lucky guess is counted as still don't know. Okay, so this is how you do rates. Okay, and you may want to take note of this question because Miss Long has seen this somewhere else. Okay, but when Miss Long go through with you for all the exam papers, we did not see this yet. Okay, but Miss Long has seen this somewhere else. All right, so you may want to take note of this question and know how to do next time. Okay, let's move on to the next one. Copy down ready? So we're going to move on to booklet B. Okay, okay, let's move on. Okay, question number 16. If you need to copy down, let me know. Mister, after the lesson, you can stay back to copy down. Okay, question 16, the answer will be 324, P3. Okay, your tester on how to divide. Okay, Mister will go through the dividing. Okay, so maybe a bit boring. So what times 6 equal 1? You can put a 0 there, then become 0. Then you minus 1. Put the 9 down. 3 times 6, 18, minus 1. And when you divide, make sure the numbers are straight lines so that you don't slant your numbers. Put the next number downwards. 2 times 6, 12, minus, put the next digit down. And then 4 times 6, 24, minus remainder 0. Okay, so answer 324 and do not put a 0 in front. Whole numbers do not start with 0. And make sure when you divide, your numbers are in one straight column. Okay, the P4s, the P3s, they are learning this. They learn that they must put in one straight column. The numbers cannot slant. Okay, how much water? So answer for question 17, the answer is 1,600. Again, count the lines, count the gaps. 5 unit is 1,000, okay, ml. 1 unit will be divided by 5. By now you should also know mentally 1,000 divided by 5 is how many? 200. So you also must memorize. Okay, so 1 unit equal 200. Then you start counting 1,200, 400, 600. So the water inside is 1,600. Got it? All right. Okay, next one. Question 18. Question 18, your answer will be 32. Okay, 32. And how do you get 32? Off is times. Okay, so 8% times 400. 8% change it to fraction. Whole number change it to fraction also. Then cancel 20, cancel 20. And when your denominator is 1 already, cannot cancel anymore. So you multiply your fractions. 8 times 4, 32, and 1 times 1 is 1. So how many is 8%? 32. Okay, right? And Miss Long teach you another way. Okay, another way that your teacher may also have taught you. This is another way that 100% is the number. 100%. What is this percentage talking about? It's talking about this, right? Which is your 100%. Then you find 1%, you get 4. 400 divided by 100, you get 1%, 4. 8% is 8 times 4. So when you do like that, the percentage is units. All these are units. So you have two ways to get the same answer. You can do this or you can do this. Okay? So there are two ways. Got it? Okay, let's go on to question 19. Question 19, quite easy. So the volume is 343. And how do you get the volume of the cube? Your formula. Length times length or length times breadth times height. And then go and do your timetable. Go and do your working. 343. So what do you know about cube? Cube has all sides the same. Must remember, must know that the cube has all equal sides. Okay, question 20. Okay, question 20. Which letters are symmetrical? H. Okay, your H is one of them. I also can also cut. Okay, and your these S are not symmetrical. E can also cut. So you have three letters. HIT. HIT. Okay. Now, and when you cut into cement, when you cut into half, it doesn't have to be vertical. It can also be horizontal. It can also be diagonal. Okay, these are the different ways of cutting, not just always vertical. Understand? So make sure you can also make sure you test whether can you cut horizontally or can you cut vertically. And also one more thing, don't think that the line must pass through the dotted line must pass through the line. It can also pass through the squares. Can you see what I did? The line of symmetry pass through the middle of the square. It doesn't have to always be on the line. Okay, you understand what I'm talking about? Jada, understand what I'm talking about? Okay, yeah. Okay, the line can cut through the square. Doesn't always have to be along the lines. Okay, next one. Okay, this is a plus. Okay, I hope it's a plus, not a divide. So your answer is 11 over 12. And this one, P3. And do not make your denominator 24. You should make your denominator as small as you can so that you have less working. So try to make a smaller denominator. So 4 times 3, 3 times 3, 6 times 2, 1 times 2. So 11 over 12. Okay, shouldn't get a mistake for this. How to divide fractions? Your answer is 30. So change the whole number to fraction. Every time you multiply fractions, if you see a whole number, always change it to a fraction first, whether you multiply or you divide. So keep, change, flip. Okay, must flip, keep, change, flip. Cancel 2, cancel 12. 12 divided by 2 becomes 6. And how you know cannot cancel already? When the denominators are 1, then you cannot cancel. Then you multiply. 6 times 5, 1 times 1. And that's how you get 30. Okay, Jasvi, got mistake, Jasvi? No mistake, huh? Okay, so this one should be quite easy. Part A, next one, also P4. You are tested in P4. 4.58. Okay, 4.58. So 12.3 minus 7 point. Put the decimal point below the decimal point, all right, just below. And then 72. And if there's a blank space, put a 0 there. Okay, borrow, but no money to lend you. So you borrow for the other person. So this become 1. And then, okay. Let me start try again. Mr. Want to do again. Let me try this again. 0 cannot minus 2. Borrow from 3. 3 become 2. 0 become 10. Okay? 2 cannot minus 7. Borrow from 2. 2 become 1. And the 2 become 12. When you borrow, you plus 10. 1 cannot minus 7. Borrow from 1. So 1 becomes 0. And the 1 here become 11. So you can do all the borrowing and lending. Once you've done all that, then you can minus. So 12 minus 7 and dots 11 minus 7, 4. And do not put a 0 in front. Whole number don't start with 0. Okay? Make sure your whole number don't start with 0. Okay, next one. Shortcut. So when Miss says shortcut, open your eyes and ears big. Some of you did this. Okay? 8 is a special number. When you divide, you write as a fraction. That is a shortcut. And you make the denominator into 1,000. Okay? 8 times 125. So you may want to memorize 8 times 125 equal 1,000. 5 times 125. You go and do your timetable. So you will get 625 over 1000. And is your decimal 0.625? Faster. This is a shortcut. Otherwise, you'll be doing what? You'll be doing this. You'll be doing all the long division. So that'll be a bit longer. Okay? So shortcut. Okay. Copy down ready? Okay, question 23. Okay, common factors, and you must do this, right? You must do this. 3 times 8, 4 times 6 to get factors of 24, right? If you never do this, you may make careless mistake. 1 times 64, after 1 will be 2, 2 times 32. Can 3, is 3 a factor? No. Can 4, is 4 a factor? You take 64 divided by 4, yeah, 4 times 16. 5, no. 6, cannot. 7, cannot. 8 times 8. And once there's a repeated factor, you can stop already. No need to write any more factors. So you need to write your working. This is how you do your working. So what's the common factor? Then you will not miss. When you write in this way, you will never miss the common factors. So your answer will be 4, 1, 2, 4, and 8. So some of you, if you have a mistake, it's because you didn't do like this. You did in your head. That's why you miss out some factors. Okay, am I correct? Yeah, if you have a mistake, you didn't do this, right? Or maybe you didn't complete your working. Okay, shortcut again. Shortcut, common multiples of 6 and 8, which is smaller than 50. Shortcut, put down in a draw a table like a rows and columns. Look at the bigger number. What is the next multiple? 16. And then can 16 divided by 6? No. Go to the next multiple. Can 24 divided by 6? Can. That's the shortcut. So you can skip all the multiples of 6. No need to write all the multiples of 6. What's the next common multiple? Just times 2. And you get the next common multiple. How to get the third common multiple? Go back to the first multiple, the first common multiple, times 3. You get 72. That's the shortcut. But we don't want 72. We want smaller than 50. So what are the common multiples which is smaller than 50? 24 and 48. Shortcut. And you need a shortcut for your paper 2. Okay, paper 2, you may have to do listing, right? Remember the level 3? We did level 3, right? Then we have to jump up, we have to find the common multiple. So if you don't know the shortcut, you can't get your answer quickly. Okay, question 24. Your answer will be 1.89 kg. Okay, so there's a kg here, there's a grams. When you do math, you must, yeah, Jasmine, question? Yeah,
Can I
Jasmine?
put 1.890?
Can also lah, 1.890 can, right? So when you do math, kg and grams, you must always make them the same. And what do you want to make them the same? You look at the question. The question wants you to put kg. Then it's better to change the grams to kg. Then you don't have to write so many steps. So can we change the grams to kg? Divide by 1000. So how to divide? Create a decimal. Just put a 0.0. Then shift the decimal point to the left. 1, 2, and 3. And the dots on the arrowhead and the 0 in front. So how many kg? 0.15 kg. All right. So Cindy had 2.04 kg. Then what did she do? She used, so minus 0.15. When you use, you minus. So borrow, okay, but this person got no money to lend you. Borrow from the other person. So this become 1, then the 0 become 10, and then you lend to the other person. So when you lend, become 9, and then 4 become 14. Okay, everyone should know how to do this. This is primary 3. 14 minus 5 is 9, 9 minus 1 is 8, then dots, and 1 minus 0 is 1. 1.89 kg. Okay, good. Okay, let's go on to the next one. Okay, question 25. So question 25, algebra. Okay, answer will be 4p minus 5. Okay, how to do this quicker? You can draw model, but sometimes we don't always have to draw model. We can do something like this. Susan received 8p. Put on top. Remember? Put the number on top, right? The percentage you can put on top. And then Susan 8p, right? John received Half. Half means you must divide by 2. So 8p divided by 2, John is 4p. If John is 4p, John received 5 more than Ahmad. So Ahmad must be lesser. So lesser means you have to minus. If you have lesser, you minus. So Ahmad will be 4p minus 5. Okay, this is what you do. You put the number on the person. How many stickers did Ahmad receive? Answer already. 4p minus 5. Okay, this is how you do faster. Okay, how many stickers the three friends receive altogether? Then you add Susan, 8p. Then you add John, which is 4p. Then you add Ahmad, which is 4p minus 5. So you need to plus them together. All right. And then you will get 8 plus 4 plus 4. That will be 16p minus 5. Okay. And p equal to 4. So 16 times 4. 16 times p, 16 times 4 will be 64. Minus 5 equal 59. So your answer for part B is 59. Okay. Now, for those of you who find part B a bit hard to get the answer, Mr. give you something even faster. Okay, even faster. Okay, and you may want to do that next time. P equal to 4, right? Okay, P equal to 4. Mr. show you. Change all the 8p, 8 times P, 8 times 4. Then John, 4 times 4. Go and change all this. And then Ahmad will be 4 times 4, 16. 4 times 4, 16. 16 minus 5. Ahmad got 11. Then what do? Then you just add together, lor. Add all this together. And you will still get the same answer. So you can change all the P into the number. And that'll be easier. Jaden, understand, Jaden? Okay. So there's a long way, there's a shorter way. So you choose which way you want. Okay. All right. Question 26, hard question. Okay, question 26, who get 5? 1%, 2%, 3%, 4%? Okay, Kai Xiang, you get 5, Kai Xiang. Okay, don't blah blah. You never get 5, don't raise your hand. Make sure you get 5, then you raise your hand. Okay, now this one is a little bit hard. Okay, yeah, you can put your hands down. This one is a bit hard and it's a bit you don't see this question often, but we did it before. Okay, we did it before. And there is a total 20 students. Each student borrowed either 2 books or 3 books. Okay. And you look at the table, these are all the books borrowed. So how many students borrowed 2 books? Now, how to do this kind of question? Even if you don't know how to do some logical guess. Can you find the total? You don't know how to get the answer, never mind. How about just find the total books, add them together, and I think you get 55, right? Yeah. So there's a total 55 books. Logical guess. Then can you think some more? If hopefully can think of another logical guess, can you take all the books and divide by all the students? And then you will get what? 55 divided by 20, right? No calculator. And you will have 2 times 20, 40. And that's a remainder 15. What is 2 remainder 15? What is that? Okay, now eyes open big. This is something that you need to know concept. When you have all the books and you divide by so many students, then what is this? This will be every student must have read at least 2 books. Every student. Okay, this is students, right? 20 students. So when you divide, what's the answer? The quotient. The quotient is every student read at least 2 books. And what's the remainder? The remainder is the books left. The books left over. Okay, so every student read at least 2 books, and there's a remainder of 15 books. So how does it help me to get the answer? Okay, I'm going to show you. I'm going to draw a model, okay? And you may want to draw this, okay? And once you understand that, next time you don't need to draw. I'm going to cut this into 20 students, okay? 20 students. So 4 boxes. And then you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, these are 20 students. Okay, everyone read at least 2 books. Can you see that? Because when you divide by 20, you get quotient. You get the quotient, which is 2. So everybody read at least 2 books. So can you see that my model looks quite interesting? So let me just cut. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So you have 10 students who read at least two books. So these are the books. These are the students. Okay, how many students? Then here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, can you see what I'm doing? The model on top is how many students? Everybody, everybody read at least two books. Am I correct? Everybody read at least two books, right? So what's the remainder? There's a remainder of 15 books. Oh, so you're going to put the 15 books where? So I'm going to put the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here. This is the remainder books. The remainder books. So let me just use a blue color. This is the remainder books. And I'm going to cut into 15. The remainder is 15. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Now, can you see how many students read three books and how many students read two books? So how many students read three books? You look. This is how many students? These are 15 students who read three books. And these are the 5 students who read two books. Two books. So how many students borrowed two books? Isn't that 5 students? 5 students borrowed two books. So this is how you do. Okay, but of course you don't need to draw the model. I mean, don't draw the model, right? Just to show you how you get the answer. So you take the total books, divide by how many students, then every student read at least two books. Then what's the remainder 15? The remainder 15 books you go and distribute to what? To 15 students. So 15 students will read one extra book, which is three books altogether. Then how many students read only 5 books? 5 students. So the best way for you to understand is to see the picture, see the model. Then you can see why 5 students read two books. Okay, clear so far? Okay, so what should you do after the lesson? You should redo. Okay, go and revise. Look at those questions that you make a mistake and then try and see whether you can do again. All right, that is better than doing a lot of questions and you make the same mistakes. All right, so make sure you revise, redo, and then revise. Okay, let's go to the next one. Done? Okay, question 27. Okay, now this one, the picture is not clear. So it's 110. Where is 135? Here. Okay, that's 135. Where is 38? Yeah. Yeah, so some of you actually guess. So you can actually guess where are the angles. Okay, so there's a right angle, which is 90, and put the question mark, BFE, which is here. So that's the question mark. Okay, look for other angles that are easy to find. This one, 180 minus 103, 77. And then you got this 38 here already, right? 38. Then you can find this right angle. There is a four-side figure. So four-side figure means the sum of angles is 360 degrees. So 360 minus 90 minus 77 minus 38, you get the right angle. So what's the angle? 360 minus 90 minus 38 minus 77. Is this 155? Okay, okay, you can help me to double check if I make a careless mistake. 360 minus 90 minus 77 minus 38, 155. Okay, and then what else can we do? All right, can you find this angle here? Why? There's a straight line. Did we assume? No, we didn't assume because it's a right angle triangle. Every time there's a triangle, all the sides of the triangle are straight lines. So what's the right angle here? 180 minus 135, 45 degrees. Okay. And then what else can you find? Can you find this angle? This angle. Don't care about the question mark. If you don't know how to get the question mark, never mind. Just go and find other angles you can find. 25 degrees. How you get? 180, 180 minus 155, you get 25 degrees. Okay, okay. Then what else can we find? Do you see there is two lines parallel? Two lines. So Z, yeah. And then this is 25. Then this one must be 25. So now can you find the question mark already? So 180 minus 25 minus 45, and you will get 110. All right. And that's how you get the answer. And you must also be able to check whether your answer is correct. If you put your answer as 50, you must know that your answer is wrong because the angle is so big. This is an obtuse angle. Cannot be 50. Your answer must be more than 90. So you must be able to know how to check your answer smartly. Okay? All right, so that's your answer 110. Any question? Okay, let's move on to question 28. Okay, question 28. Uh, Mr. Tan painted the whole solid, including the base. How many of the seven cubes has exactly four faces painted? Okay, now this one, the answer is number three. Three. So what must you do? You must know, first of all, where are the seven cubes? Where are the seven cubes? One, two, three, four, and five below. Six, seven, and some of you got tricked. You thought that this one was another cube. This is a line that's drawn by the student. There's a line here that the student draw. So that is not part of the picture. Yeah, so this line, the cursor pointing at this line is not the drawing. Okay, there are only seven cube. You must count how many cube first. So one, two, three, four, five, six, seven. Then after that, you look at one cube at a time to see how many cubes have four faces painted. Okay, let's start with here. Okay, look at my cursor here. Okay, so we are going to look at one by one. Okay, let's look at this cube. This cube got how many faces painted? Top, front, right, and bottom. Four faces painted. Okay, you got one cube already. Okay, how about this cube here? Top, right, left, left, behind, and bottom. This is five faces painted. The one. Okay, all right, let's move up. How about this? How about this cube at the table at the bottom? Right, front, and bottom. Only three faces painted. So this one out. Okay, how about this cube at the back? You have the front, you have the right, you have the top, and you have the behind and the bottom. This cube has five faces painted out. Okay, all right, go up the top cube, top, front, left, and right. So this cube has four faces painted. Okay, so you have to do slowly, one cube at a time, and then see how many faces painted. Over here, last one, top, left, right, and behind. Four faces painted. So you have three cubes already, right? So, and there's one more hiding right at the bottom that you can't see. So that one you have to mentally visualize. So the bottom cube that's hiding, the bottom painted, and the left side painted, and the behind also painted. Okay, behind. Okay, Miss Song draw the okay, I can't really draw the cube, but I need to but you need to look at the cube that's hiding below here, below the cube on top. Right, there's a cube below. How many faces painted? The bottom, the left, and then the right. And that's how many faces? That is three faces, right? So I think your answer is how many? I think that there are four, right? There should be four cubes with three faces painted. Is it correct? Let me see. How many of you get three? How many of you get three? Did anyone get three? How many get four? Four. Okay, I think there are four. There are four. Okay, because why? Because over here the bottom cube has how many faces painted? You have the bottom, you have the behind, you have the left side. So that will be three faces painted also. So I think the answer is four. Let me just double check. Okay, double check the answer. Uh, okay. Yeah, I think it's four. So the answer is four. If there's any mistake, I'll come back to you again, but it's four. So there are four cubes with three faces painted. Okay, next one. Now the next one is a little bit the next one, the answer key is a bit wrong. What was the maximum cubes that Mr. Tan could add so that the front view is the same as the side view? So you will need to draw the front view and the side view. So let's erase all this. Okay, the front view. So how do you draw the front view? So you have to draw beside. Front view will be something like that. Okay, something like this, front view. And this is the front view. Then the side view will be like this. Okay, side view. Okay, side view. Okay, let's draw a bit nicely. Now to do the part B, you must draw the front view and the side view. So if you never draw, you won't be able to know how many cubes to put. Okay, so you draw the front view and the side view. Okay, after you draw already, then you put the cube one at a time and see whether does it change? Does it change the front view or the side view? So if I put a cube here, it doesn't change, right? So that's one cube already. If I put a cube right behind this cube, right behind, it also doesn't change. And I put a cube here, also doesn't change. Okay, which is sitting on the table. So these two cubes are actually sitting at the ground level. And then there is a cube here, which the student has drawn. Okay, the student draw this one. So that cube also can put. So you put all these cubes, you will not change the front view and the side view. So how many cubes can you put? Which is answer 4. Okay, you can put 4 cubes. Did anyone get 4 for part B? Yeah, the answer key put 9. I think the answer key put 9. 9 cubes. So Mr. Ong is a bit confused whether is the answer key correct or wrong, but I think it's 4. Okay. All right. Okay, so this is you can see that this kind of question appear quite often in all the school papers. So you can be prepared for this kind of question to come out. Okay, let's go to number 29. Now, question 29, we have done this before already in your average. So your answer will be number 4. Do you still remember this question that we have done before? Right, the harder average problem. Why is it harder? Because the average price of a set of books is $12. Do we know how many books? We don't know. When one more book which costs $42 is added, so you don't know how many books, and then you add one more book, even more confusing. That's why it's harder. The average price of the book became $18. How many books are there at first? So this is a harder average problem because we don't know how many books are there. Otherwise, we can find the total money. So we have talked about this already. If you can't do it, means you didn't revise your work or you forgot. There are only 3 steps. Remember 3 steps? We did that in our end of last year. Okay, the first step is what? The first step is to compare the average. There's a old average. Okay, there's a old average, and there is a new average, right? So you compare. You take 18 minus 12, and you get the difference. First step. Okay. Second step, can you see that you have one more book? So you focus on that one book, and that one book costs $42. And when that book is added, what happened to is the average of this book? This book also became $18, right? So this new book also has average $18. So you focus on this book, you take 42 and minus 18 because it's referring to the same book, and you get the difference. Second step, the difference. Then the third step, like your assumption. The last step is always to divide. Last step, and you get your answer 4. 3 steps. Okay, understand? So first step, compare the average. Means you minus. Compare means to find how much more. Second step is to focus on the one extra book that's added. So how much is the extra book? $42. And what happened to the average of this extra book? It will also become $18. So you minus to get how much more. Second step. Third step, you divide to get how many books at first. Okay, and if the question asks you how many books in the end, there will be a fourth step. If the question asks you how many books in the end, then you just take 4 plus 1. That will give you how many books in the end. But we don't want. Okay, we don't want that. Understand? Are you clear? Okay, this is how you do fast for average problem. Okay, question 29. Question 30. Question 30, model drawing. You will need to draw the model. All right, question 30 can be a hard question if you don't draw. And do we use the table? No, this is not a before and after. You do not use the table. All right, so how do you draw the model? They are fractions. Okay, fractions. Okay, and then you must ask what are they talking about? Three quarter is talking about the total number of stars. Three-fifths is talking about the number of red stars. Half is talking about the total number of stars. Your lucky day, right? Because you got three quarter and half, which is talking about the same thing. So make the half to be the same denominator. 2 times 2, 1 times 2. And then you can draw your model, right? You need to do this before you draw your model. Ask the question, what are they talking about? Then how do you draw the model? Look at the first sentence, right? Miss Wong had a box. So this is a box of stars. And the total star cut into four boxes. You can see how Mr. Ong draw. Mr. is not thinking how to do. You just focus on your drawing. And three boxes were red. So you need to label. And the rest is blue. Okay. Oh, by the way, what's the answer? Have I given the answer yet? Okay, the answer is 1/5. Did anyone get correct? Okay. If you get correct without the model, okay, fine. But if you never get it correct, then you need to draw the model. All right, but Mr. actually don't know how to do. Honest, you should know that Mr. doesn't know how to do. You ask Mr. what's the first step? I don't know. All right. Mr. has to use the method, then I can know how to do. So three quarter is red, one quarter is blue, right? Miss Wong used three-fifths of the red. So you look at the red and you have to cut into five boxes. But there are three boxes. What do? Drop down, drop down, drop, cut into five boxes. Yeah, yeah. 陈怡 question, 陈怡, any question? Okay, now three-fifths of the red stars. Okay, right. She used three-fifths of the red stars to decorate. So let's put down use. And then this one must be the red star that is not used lah. Left. Okay, left. All right, so label. And be patient when you draw the model. Don't rush. Draw a good model, you'll find that the solving gets very fast. And then how about the blue stars? The blue star must be here, right? The blue star. This will be the blue star, right? So if you don't want to, you want to leave it alone. Okay, leave it alone there. Okay, and then continue. All right. You can cut your model if you want. If not, you can continue looking at the next sentence. She used two quarter of the stars to decorate the gift. Oh, she used two quarter of the stars. Okay, so it means that she used two quarter. So cut into half, right? Something like that. Okay, so what fraction of the blue star did she use to decorate the gift? All right, so you draw your model as much as you can. And and if you don't know how to draw these two quarter, don't worry. Look at what you have done first. And you can see that you should have learned already. You should have learned this already. All right? Yeah. So every box is 5 unit. Then the smaller boxes is 3 unit. What are you doing? You are cutting them to make them equal. Equal. Then the blue must be 5 units also. Right? So there must be 5 units of blue. And then the total is 20 units. Yeah? Okay? And she used two quarter of the stars, which is how many units? She used two quarter of the stars. How many units is that? So you will have how come got times up? Okay, two quarter of the stars means how many unit? So it means you divide by two. Okay, why two quarter? Two quarter means half. So 20 divided by 2, that will give you how many units? 20 divided by 2, that will give you uh 10 units. So she must have used 10 units to decorate. And you look at the rate. How many stars, how many red stars did she use? She used 9 units. And she used 10 units altogether, right? So if she used 10 units altogether, then how many blue did she use? 10 minus 9, she must have used 1 unit. Okay? Okay, so Mr. just extend this box a little bit lah. So I just cut here 1 unit. So she must have used 1 unit of blue stars, and the 4 units will be the leftover. Okay, the leftover blue stars. Okay, so you draw your model, you label as much as you can, and then you will be able to solve already. So this is what you see, right? What fraction of the blue star? Look at your model. Blue star, 5. And how many did she use? 1. So 1/5. So she used 1/5. 1/5 of the blue stars. Are you clear? So you draw the model, right? Don't know how to do, you draw the model as much as you can. And even if you can't get the answer, you can get some steps, get some marks, at least 1 mark. Okay, don't leave it blank because this question can be very hard. Can be very hard if you don't draw the model. Okay, clear so far? All right, so we are done with our paper one already. So I think it's 9 o'clock, 9:01. Okay, now, any questions about the paper one lesson? Do you do well for this paper one? Do you get a lot of answers correct? Or yeah, just me question. Mr. Can't hear you. You got to unmute.
Later.
Okay, all right, after the lesson, okay? All right, anyone else has questions to ask me before we end? Okay, no, right? Okay, now, next week will be the last paper one lesson. So then after that, you can take the Monday nights to study for your PSLE. All right, so next week will be the last paper one. So let your parents know. So you will, when you come for a regular lesson, I will give you the final paper one, okay, for the next Monday. Okay, so if there's no question, you can go. I'll see you the next Monday. All right. Okay, so goodbye, everybody. And those who have questions, you can stay behind. All right. Okay, bye. Okay, bye, Sunny. And okay, bye, Renish. And okay, so yeah, just me. Question. Unmute, unmute. You have to unmute
For
yourself.
question 26, right?
Question 26. Yeah.
I use supposition method.
Supposition method. Does it work? Do you get the answer? Okay, that's interesting. Yeah, you can. Yeah, you can. Yeah, you can. Yeah, you can do that. You can do that. Okay. Yeah, I think your method will be better. Yeah, because you start realize that you have two totals. There's a total students, there's a total books, and one student read two, one student read three. You can do assumption. Okay, but let me test you. Tell me what's the first step?
3 times 20.
What three times? Assume all the students read three
Borrowed
books.
3.
So all the student means 20 times 3. You get 60. Second step,
60 minus 55.
compare the two totals. You have the wrong total books minus the what? Minus the 60 minus 35, you get 5, right? Is it correct? 60 minus 35. Okay. Third step,
Um, 3 minus 2.
one student read three books, one student read two books, so you compare them. So one student read one more book. And the last step is
5 divided by
yeah,
mass.
yeah, yeah, yours is, yeah, Miss Law didn't think about that. Okay, very good. You did assumption method because there are two totals and you could have done that. I mean, Miss Law should talk about this. Yeah, it's a good chance to talk about assumption. Well, but you can see there's a different way of doing. And this way maybe a bit more long-winded. Yeah, assumption will be faster. Okay, so math has different ways of doing. So this way cannot, doesn't mean you give up. You think of a different way, different way to get the answer. Okay, any questions? Yeah. So that's the end of the paper one. Then I'll see you on the next lesson. All right. So goodbye, Jasvi. See you
I
next
have
week.
a question.
Oh, one more. Okay, what's the question?
For question 27, right?
Yes.
The can I still get the marks because I didn't know the angles which one. Then
Uh, can I will still give you the marks. Yeah. It will just like be a bonus marks lah. Be a bonus marks. Okay. Uh, all right. So yeah. So don't worry about the marks now. What's important is you must know how to do. Okay. Anything else? Okay. Then I'll see you on the next week. Okay. Next lesson. All right. So
bye.
goodbye. See you next week. Bye bye.